This is Chelsea Sullivan's digital story.
I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. Why aren't they understanding?
Hey, what's wrong? I see you're a little upset with your students' grades.
Yes, I'm so upset. I do everything right.
Well, what's your idea of correct teaching?
I go by the textbook and hand out packets every day. I have them fill in the blanks as I read, and everything from my tests are from the readings. I'm lost. I don't know what to do anymore.
Is that all you use? No PowerPoint presentations or videos or anything? Do you let them speak too and research things on their own using educational websites on the computer?
No, why would I do that? They make textbooks for a reason.
Using technology boosts a student's desire to learn, especially when they see interest in things instead of just hearing them. It makes them see and not just hear what they're learning.
How do I connect that to my lesson plan though?
You can make PowerPoint presentations with some notes. Kids these days are very visual, and they're used to technology being involved in their everyday lives. If you include it in their class, they're more likely to pay attention and absorb the information you're telling them just by using a little technology.
But aren't PowerPoints the same thing as doing note packets?
Not necessarily. You can make games out of PowerPoint, such as Jeopardy! I made up a game last year called Who Wants Extra Credit instead of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and they loved the idea of it. They strive to get an extra 2 points on their test just by playing an educational game. They love it because they get to use buzzers and they get to participate in it. And I love it because I know they're getting knowledge from it.
Wow, I never really thought of that. But how should I incorporate other technology other than just PowerPoints?
In my classroom, we have smart boards for when you need to write things down on the board. It's all computerized, so it's cool to watch for the kids. The simplest touches of technology really sparks an interest in students. Removing technology completely from the classroom makes them unfamiliar and uncomfortable. This is probably why your students aren't doing so well, because they aren't intrigued.
Yeah, I guess you're right. But what if the PowerPoints and technology is too much for me to keep up with, and I can't make a new one every day? Then what do I do to get them interested?
All you need to do is show them a few video clips in a lesson plan, just to get them interested. If you use a few clips in class, you can also use your packets. I'm sure that could help too.
That's great. Is there anything else you do?
Yeah, I have them do 8 multimedia projects a year. You would think that's a lot if it was assigned to our generation, but these kids are so accustomed to using technology, it comes naturally. And they actually love doing it. They get good grades normally, they're entertaining to watch and to grade. And they do research beforehand. It's actually amazing.
But how do they use technology for research? Don't they just use the textbook?
I don't limit my students to what they can or cannot use. I just tell them to cite their information.
But where would they get reliable information if it's not from the textbook?
There are so many useful search engines and research sites online, such as GaleNet. And also there's a site called NoteStar that helps students cite properly so they don't accidentally plagiarize.
That's awesome, but what if I'm absent from class?
There are online sites with worksheets, and you can have them watch clips online. Technology is everywhere these days. If you use it, I guarantee you they'll do better next test.
Thank you so much for everything. I never knew how important it was to include technology in the classroom.
No problem, but of course it is. Let me know how the next test goes.
Will do. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey Marissa, how did your students do on their last test?
Not one student failed. You are so right. They are more intrigued in class and they're all doing so much better. A lot of them even wanted to stay late in class to finish their Jeopardy game.
See, I told you. I'm glad everything worked out.
Thanks again.
No problem. I'm always here to help a fellow colleague.